The golden age of television comedy left an indelible mark on millions of viewers worldwide, creating a landscape where ordinary family life blended seamlessly with the extraordinary. During the vibrant decade of the 1980s, the television screen became a sanctuary of shared laughter, where families gathered every single week to witness stories that were both comfortingly familiar and wildly imaginative. It was an era defined by a unique creative energy, where bold concepts were brought to life through tireless dedication and an unyielding commitment to the craft of storytelling. Among the many memorable productions of that time, one particular sitcom captured the global imagination by introducing a completely unprecedented dynamic into the classic American household. This beloved show did not just entertain the public, it became a cultural phenomenon that resonated across generations and established a legacy that endures to this day. At the very heart of this magical television milestone was a cast of remarkably talented performers who anchored the absurd premise in deep, relatable human emotion. They provided the necessary emotional balance to a chaotic and hilarious narrative, ensuring that the audience felt a genuine connection to the household on screen. Among these dedicated artists was a brilliant actress whose grounding presence, sharp wit, and elegant performance helped elevate the entire production into the annals of television history. Her ability to play the straight character against absolute absurdity required a rare level of comedic timing and professional patience, qualities that she possessed in abundance throughout her illustrious career. For 4 unforgettable seasons, she navigated the bizarre challenges of this unique production, helping to create an enduring piece of art that continues to bring joy to nostalgia lovers and new audiences alike. Before we delve deeper into the fascinating life journey of this remarkable performer, the incredible challenges she faced on set, and the profound impact she left on the entertainment world, please take a brief moment to support our channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, and leaving a like on this video so you never miss our deep dives into television history. The journey of a television star often begins far away from the blinding lights of Hollywood, rooted in a genuine, lifelong passion for the performing arts that manifests during early childhood. For this exceptionally talented woman, the journey began in the scenic Pacific Northwest, in the city of Portland, Oregon, where her natural creative spark first began to show itself to those around her. From a very young age, she felt an irresistible pull toward the stage, a calling that led her to study drama and immerse herself in the local theater community. The historic Portland Civic Theater became her initial proving ground, a place where she could hone her skills, experiment with different characters, and discover the true depth of her artistic capabilities. This early phase of her life was characterized by a relentless pursuit of growth, as she threw herself into every theatrical opportunity that came her way. The stage was not just a hobby for her, it was a sanctuary where her sharp intellect and natural charisma could truly shine. Seeking to expand her horizons and experience different facets of the entertainment world, she eventually took a bold leap of faith that led her far from home, including a memorable stint performing in dinner theater in the tropical paradise of Hawaii. This experience allowed her to connect with diverse audiences and develop a versatile performing style that would serve her well in the years to come. Not content to stay in one place for too long, her artistic ambition next carried her across the country to the bustling theatrical hub of New York City, where she immersed herself in the demanding and exhilarating world of summer stock theater. This period of intense live performance sharpened her instincts, taught her the value of professional resilience, and prepared her for the massive opportunities that were waiting just around the corner on the opposite coast. The transition from the stage to the screen is a monumental step for any actor, requiring a shift in technique and a great deal of perseverance. By the mid-1970s, her undeniable talent and growing reputation caught the attention of major industry players in Los Angeles, leading to a prestigious contract with Universal Pictures. This pivotal career milestone marked the beginning of an incredibly busy decade, during which she became a familiar and comforting face on American television screens. Her formal television debut occurred in 1974 on the widely popular action series The $6 Million Man, an appearance that quickly opened the doors to a multitude of other high-profile opportunities. Throughout the remainder of the 1970s, she demonstrated her incredible range by guest starring on an array of iconic programs that defined the television landscape of the era. Audiences could spot her delivering memorable performances on hit shows such as The Bionic Woman, the medical drama Marcus Welby, MD, 3 for the Road, McCloud, The Incredible Hulk, and the high-octane drama Emergency. Each of these roles allowed her to showcase her adaptability, working alongside some of the biggest names in the industry and cementing her status as a highly reliable and sought-after television actress. As the entertainment industry shifted into the 1980s, her career continued to gain significant momentum, leading to appearances on some of the most celebrated sitcoms and dramas of that unforgettable decade. She brought her unique charm and impeccable timing to beloved series like Three's Company, Cheers, Magnum P.I., and the popular detective series Simon and Simon. Despite the steady stream of work, the path to a definitive career breakthrough is rarely smooth, and she often reflected on the long periods of waiting and the various jobs she took to sustain herself while chasing her grand artistic dreams. Before achieving widespread fame, she worked diligently in various sectors of the fashion industry, selling clothes, modeling apparel, and even working as a shoe model, all while continuing to perform in summer stock and film television commercials. Her perspective on the industry was grounded in reality, often recalling how she initially imagined Hollywood life would involve fencing lessons, driving a small luxury sports car, and relaxing by a swimming pool, only to find herself working intensely on the set of major network dramas. Yet, it was this exact combination of hard work, humility, and dedication that prepared her for the moment a truly unique script would cross her desk during a standard pilot audition season. When she first read the script for a brand new, unconventional comedy concept, she found herself laughing out loud, completely captivated by the humor and the bizarre charm of the project. Meeting the creative team and the central, non-human character of the show sealed the deal, convincing her that this was an artistic journey she absolutely had to take, unaware of the immense technical challenges and the profound cultural legacy that lay ahead. The decision to join the cast of this highly unconventional television project marked the beginning of a chapter that would define her professional legacy and cement her place in pop culture history. This new series presented a premise that was as daring as it was absurd, introducing a cynical, sarcastic alien from the distant planet Melmac, who suddenly crashes into the garage of a typical suburban American family. For 4 seasons, spanning from 1986 to 1990, television viewers across the nation were treated to the chaotic, hilarious, and often heartwarming dynamics that unfolded within the household. As the matriarch of the family, her character served as the vital emotional anchor of the entire series, representing the voice of reason amidst the absolute madness brought about by their unexpected extraterrestrial house guest. She portrayed the intelligent, sharp-witted, and fiercely protective mother who had to balance the demands of everyday family life with the monumental task of keeping a galactic refugee hidden from the government and the prying eyes of neighbors. Her performance was a masterclass in comedic restraint, as she masterfully played the straight character against a puppet, delivering her lines with a dry wit and subtle expressions that made the bizarre situation feel entirely believable to the millions watching at home. The show quickly skyrocketed to the top of the ratings, becoming a massive hit for the network and turning the entire cast into household names practically overnight. Yet, behind the bright lights of the television studio and the cheerful laughter of the studio audience, the physical reality of creating this iconic sitcom was an entirely different story altogether. What appeared on screen as effortless, fast-paced comedy was actually the result of an incredibly grueling, tedious, and technically exhausting production process that pushed the cast and crew to their absolute limits. The presence of the main character, who was brought to life through intricate puppetry, transformed the physical set into a highly complex and hazardous environment. The studio floor was filled with deep trenches, hidden trapdoors, and complex technical rigging designed to allow the puppeteers to operate the character from beneath the stage floor. This meant that the human actors had to navigate a literal obstacle course while performing, always being careful not to trip or step into a hidden opening during a scene. Furthermore, because of the precise nature of the puppetry and the constant adjustments required to make the alien interact naturally with the actors in the physical environment, production moved at an agonizingly slow pace. A standard 30-minute situational comedy episode, which would typically take a few hours to film in front of a live audience, frequently required anywhere from 20 to 25 hours of intense shooting to complete. The long hours under the intense, scorching heat of the studio television lights created an incredibly draining atmosphere for everyone involved on the project. She would later candidly describe the entire experience as a technical nightmare, emphasizing how slow, hot, and tedious the daily routine became over those 4 years. The extreme pressure of the production environment was further complicated by the unique interpersonal dynamics among the main cast members, who were dealing with their own professional frustrations and the unique challenges of sharing the spotlight with a puppet. The human actors often found themselves playing second fiddle to a character made of fabric and fur, who consistently received the funniest lines, the best jokes, and the vast majority of the public attention. This unusual dynamic inevitably created a sense of professional friction and emotional exhaustion behind the scenes of the production. She openly reflected on these complex relationships, comparing the entire production team and cast to a massive, highly dysfunctional family that somehow managed to come together to create something truly magical despite their internal struggles and differing personalities. Working closely alongside her screen husband, played by the intensely dedicated stage actor Max Wright, and her on-screen children, portrayed by the talented young performers Andrea Elson and Benji Gregory, she helped forge a classic television family that felt deeply authentic to the viewing public. The friction behind the scenes, rather than ruining the show, actually added a layer of genuine tension and realism to the family dynamics on screen, making their ultimate bond feel all the more rewarding to the audience. Week after week, she came to work prepared to face the grueling physical demands of the set, maintaining her professionalism and ensuring that her performance never wavered despite the growing fatigue. Her ability to find the humor in the chaos and to appreciate the sheer comedic value of the little alien kept her grounded during the most challenging days of shooting. The immense effort poured into those 101 episodes paid off in the form of a lasting cultural legacy, as the show became deeply embedded in the hearts of a generation. For 4 years, she poured her creative energy into this demanding role, creating a brilliant comedic blueprint that would influence television family dynamics for decades to follow. When the series finally came to an end in 1990, it marked the conclusion of an extraordinary era, leaving the cast to reflect on a whirlwind experience that had forever changed the trajectories of their individual lives and careers. In the years following the conclusion of her definitive television role, she chose to navigate her career and personal life on her own terms, stepping away from the relentless pressure of primetime network television to focus on projects that brought her genuine personal fulfillment. She continued to make select appearances on various television programs, showcasing her enduring talent and versatility to audiences who always welcomed her return to the screen. Viewers were delighted to spot her in compelling roles on acclaimed series such as the legal drama Judging Amy, as well as unique comedic projects like Tiny Nuts, where her sharp timing remained as precise as ever. She also embraced the deep nostalgia of her most famous work, participating enthusiastically in the special reunion show titled ALF on ALF, which allowed her to look back fondly on the chaotic magic of the 80s with her characteristic wit and wisdom. Beyond her work in front of the camera, she was a woman of immense depth and artistic curiosity, possessing a vibrant inner life that extended far beyond the boundaries of the Hollywood entertainment industry. She was a true force of nature, known by those closest to her for her boundless creative energy, her razor-sharp humor, and an absolute delight in spending quality time with her beloved family. She found immense joy in the quiet, simple pleasures of life, cultivating a passionate love for second-hand thrifting, where she could discover hidden treasures and unique vintage items that possessed their own distinct histories. Her artistic spirit manifested in a wide variety of hands-on creative pursuits, as she spent her free time creating beautiful handmade jewelry, painting striking oil canvases, crafting expressive sculptures, and designing intricate costumes. Her home was a sanctuary of art, laughter, and a profound appreciation for a good story, qualities that drew people to her throughout her long and meaningful life journey. The passage of time often deepens our appreciation for the cultural anchors of our past, making the eventual departure of the individuals who created those memories feel like a profound personal loss. The entertainment world and generations of devoted television fans were cast into deep mourning following the heartbreaking announcement from the family of actress Schedeen that she had passed away peacefully at the age of 77. Her passing marks the end of a beautiful life defined by artistic brilliance, unwavering professional dedication, and a joyous spirit that left an indelible mark on everyone she encountered throughout her journey. Through an official announcement posted on her personal social media page on a Sunday evening, her loved ones shared the news of her peaceful departure with the heaviest of hearts, leaving an entire community of admirers to reflect on her extraordinary legacy. The poignant tribute written by her relatives described her not simply as a talented actress, but as an absolute force of nature whose presence brought an irreplaceable light into the lives of her family, friends, and colleagues. They expressed the devastating reality of a future without her, noting that it is completely unimaginable to think about moving forward without her vibrant energy in the world. Yet, even in their profound grief, they found immense comfort in her own reassuring words, reminding them that she would always be with them in spirit, a sentiment that now provides a guiding light during this dark time. Her longtime professional representative, Tom Markley, echoed these heartfelt sentiments in an official statement, emphasizing that she truly meant the absolute world to both her family and the agency that had the immense privilege of representing her career. Her relatives beautifully requested that, in lieu of traditional floral arrangements, those wishing to honor her memory should consider making a charitable donation to Habitat for Humanity, an organization that represented one of her most cherished causes and reflected her deep, lifelong commitment to helping others. She is survived by a large, incredibly loving family who will carry her memory forward, including her devoted spouse of 55 years, Christopher Barrett, her beloved daughter Tay Barrett, her daughter-in-law Hilary Flynn, her sister Sarabeth Schedeen, her niece Miniland, her brother Roland Tony Schedeen, her sister-in-law Julianne Schedeen, and her two treasured rescue dogs, Rue and Red, who brought so much unconditional happiness to her final years. The rich tapestry of her personal life was just as colorful and inspiring as her professional accomplishments, filled with a distinct and beautiful zest for life that stayed with her until her very last days. Her family took great care to remember and celebrate the unique qualities that made her so incredibly special, detailing her profound adoration for little dogs, her incredible passion for secondhand thrifting, and her absolute love for a well-told story. She was a woman who embraced every single moment with open arms, leaving behind a physical legacy of vibrant artwork, beautiful handmade jewelry, striking oil paintings, expressive sculptures, and elaborate costumes that will be cherished by her descendants forever. To look back at the trajectory of the main cast of that unforgettable 1980s sitcom is to understand both the immense joy they brought to the public and the bittersweet paths they walked in the decades that followed. Her passing reunites her in the hearts of fans with several of her core cast members who left the stage of life before her, highlighting the poignant reality of how much time has passed since they first stepped onto that chaotic television set. The brilliant Max Wright, who delivered an unforgettable performance as the stressed but loving patriarch, Willie Tanner, passed away at the age of 75 in 2019 after a long and courageous battle with illness, leaving behind a legacy of immense theatrical talent. Tragically, the family suffered another devastating loss when Benji Gregory, who captured the hearts of millions as the young, sweet-natured Brian Tanner, passed away far too soon in 2024 at the incredibly young age of 46. A loss that deeply shaken the community of fans who grew up watching him on screen. Andrea Elson, who played the eldest daughter Lynn Tanner, remains a treasured part of this legacy, having transitioned her life toward wellness and family after her years in the Hollywood spotlight. The bond shared by this cast was forged in the unique fires of a television production that was unlike anything else on television, and their collective work continues to provide a sense of timeless comfort to audiences across the globe. As news of her passing spread through the entertainment community, fellow actors, industry professionals, and generations of fans stepped forward to offer their own memories and expressions of deep gratitude for the laughter she brought into their homes. The enduring popularity of her signature series stands as a powerful testament to the skill of the performers who could take a wild, fantastical premise and make it feel like a real, loving household where any viewer would feel welcome. Her ability to anchor that chaotic environment with her calm, intelligent, and fiercely maternal presence was the secret ingredient that allowed the comedy to truly work, transforming a potential novelty show into an enduring piece of television gold. Her family closed their beautiful public memorial with a touching suggestion that perfectly captured her vibrant, joyful, and deeply celebratory approach to life, inviting everyone who loved her to raise a classic margarita in her honor. This simple, elegant gesture